If you apply to internships or full-time jobs, you're probably wondering why you're getting ghosted by like half the recruiters. I've been there. Hi, I'm Nandan. I'm an engineering graduate from UW Madison, and I've interned at Harley-Davidson and currently work full-time at a Fortune 500 company. So in this video, we're going to analyze two of my resumes. One, which I used for the internship, and the second one that I used to apply for the full-time job. By making changes in the second resume, I was able to get a lot more callbacks and offers from recruiters. So hopefully this helps you too. So starting with the first resume, you can see it's really simple. You can see it's like one page with all of my experience, contact information at the top, and not much else. Please don't add a picture in your resume. This is a fairly standard thing that you would see with education at the top, and then all of my experiences listed chronologically. All of these are fairly simple. I just have a skills section with like programming stuff, projects, and volunteer work to add a little bit more than just work experience. So even though this resume got me the internship at Harley-Davidson, I don't think it really has a lot of significant information in the experiences section, and here's why. What I've come to learn is that in the experience section, you need to be very impact focused. Like, what did you do? Why did you do it? And how did it benefit the company? Preferably using quantitative metrics. This resume doesn't really have a lot of it. There's no metrics or reasoning provided, and there's a lack of rationale as to like why I actually did what I did. For example, this experience just says using C# in the ASP.NET framework to fix bugs, but it doesn't really go into why. On the bright side, I have added certain keywords like in this area, which basically helps increase the likelihood that a recruiter would see these and be like, oh cool, you have this experience. Similarly, these are not really required, and neither is the link, but it's a good thing to have. Like, my personal website has a little bit more of a breakdown of my work experience, so if a recruiter wants to delve into it a bit more, it helps. So that was the first resume that got me an internship at Harley-Davidson, but this didn't really get a lot of callback from other recruiters at all. This, as you see, was not a great resume. So comparing both versions of my resume, you can see there's significant changes. Most of it is also because I got the experience to be able to write this stuff. But that aside, focus on the impact. If there's one thing you take away from this video, the impact. Focus on the impact of your work. Now, let's delve into the changes that I made to this resume, and specifically how it helped me get a job and how it can help you too. As you can see, it's pretty much the same format. I've decided to stick to this one simple format on a website called resumake.io, which is really good for this stuff. So the first step that you're going to focus on is changing your experiences section to tell a story for all of your experiences. This pretty much delves into the what you did, how you did it, why you did it, and what benefit it had to the company. The second tip is to focus on this benefits aspect and make it more quantitative in terms of like either adding the money that it saved or in how much time it saved, which is like 1,000 per minute, which is like a kind of like a double metric, I guess. So focusing on the what, how, why, again, you'll say created an application, helped reduce downtime and ensure timely material replenishment, saving over this much. So focusing on all of those results helps put into perspective to a recruiter what I can actually do, but also helps keep the technical aspect for anyone else that is viewing it, which is usually like the hiring manager who has experience with. Another tip is to leverage keywords. You can look at websites like LinkedIn, Handshake, or Indeed.com in order to find job postings that you want. Copy the keywords or the job description from it and put it into a word cloud website. Now, once you've sorted out all of those, you'll find what the most important keywords are, and then try to incorporate things like those into your specific experiences. Another reason you want to add a lot of keywords to your resume is that it helps the application or applicant tracking system pass through your resume to find these keywords and see whether you're a good fit for the actual role. This is a big thing in like much bigger companies that have thousands of applicants for stuff. Additionally, I changed my skills section to include more than just programming, so it has analytical and other stuff too. My main intention with this section was to make it like a keyword dump, but still have all of the skills that I have. Another tip is to add links to your resume. Aside from being linked to my personal website, I also have a technical write-up, a systems level overview of this project that I worked on. Because this project was the most important one, it helps recruiters see the actual results in sort of a visual format, like this blog post kind of thing, than just a chunk of text in the resume. Now, from what I've heard, a lot of recruiters have actually checked this out and really liked the fact that there was a whole blog post. Now, obviously this isn't applicable for like all roles, but just look at your situation and do it. Now, remember, a lot of this stuff is just like small changes, continuous changes that I make here and there. So I have many versions of my resume, and that's the next step. Continuously make small changes depending on the job posting to see what sort of feedback you receive on these resumes. And by feedback, I mean like actual interview offers. Now, hey, this might seem like a lot of information, and trust me, I 100% understand, but you can always ask other people for help, for feedback. And I asked a lot of people for help. There's like career centers at colleges that you can reach out to, which help with resume feedback and so on. But you can also reach out to people on LinkedIn, have like a coffee chat with them if you're interested, and your friends too, like some people that might have better experience than you, professionally speaking. You could also reach out to college alumni who work at the same company that you want to work at in order to get a little bit more insight on it. Another tip is feel free to change the role's name on your resume. Like my prior title was Manufacturing Systems Engineer. I tried different variations of this by changing it to Manufacturing Software Engineer and to just Systems Engineer in order to see which one gets more of a response. This works in some cases when the job that you want to apply for isn't the stuff that you've had a lot of experience with. That said, don't change it to a completely different role, because if you found this video helpful and you're looking for feedback on your resume, reach out to me. There's a link in the description below where the first 10 people get free resume reviews. I would love to help out in any way that I can, so if this video is helpful, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And as usual, I will see you when I see you. Peace. That was weird.